Hello, and welcome to the MyGuru online MAT classroom. My name is Stefan, and I am MyGuru's Director of Online Tutoring. Today, we're going to be looking at a specific type of MAT analogy based on affixes. Now, what affixes are is they are little parts of a word that indicate some sort of definition, and at the beginning of the word, they're called prefixes. At the end of the word, they're called suffixes. Now, regardless of the type of analogy and the content within, we know that our process dictates that we always have to start by identifying where the blank is in the given terms. And in this case, we have term B as the blank, which means that our pivot term is going to be term C because it is the only one that cannot relate to the answer choices because of those two double dots in the middle. So we need to figure out whether duo relates to to or to pan. Now, whenever you're looking at your analogy that's given, always note any formatting details for clues about the given analogy. Now, of course, in this case, we're clearly looking at affixes because we've got the hyphenate there. But it also shows that because the blank here is going to be basically in the to spot, it means that our blank has to be a non-hyphenate word like to is, and it pretty much indicates that duo is going to relate to and pan is going to mean one of these answer choices. And duo is, in fact, the prefix meaning to. And so we know that pan has to be the prefix meaning something. Now, whenever you're dealing with affixes or suffixes, a good approach is to think about words you know that use the affix to define the affix. Now, to my mind, whether this is, a comment on my own mind state, I think of pandemic when I hear the prefix of pan. So we can just think about what a pandemic means. And a pandemic is basically when you have disease everywhere. And so I know that pan basically means something like everywhere. So we go back up to our answer choices and we consider them against everywhere. Now, first we know that we basically have to have some sort of quantity for pan just based on how the analogy is set up. So fry here is just a kind of related trap in that you may think to yourself, well, pan is where you fry things. But obviously that's not the proper relationship because duo is not going to have that same meaning towards to. So then we just use our example of pandemic and we discover all, which matches that idea of everything. And if you can think of any additional terms that begin with pan, maybe panoply or even pansexual, you'll know that pan is an affix that indicates all.